Welcome bros, Ferdy here, the True Spartan, and today I'm bringing you a review video for the AK-5c. I will simply start the review by saying three simple letters. OMG. This carbine is absolutely fucking amazing. I love this weapon, man. I use it with my recon class, I use it with my assault class, and even if I could, because it's the beta, I would use it with my support class too. I know that it's a carbine and it's not an assault rifle, but it's that good that I would actually use it over the AK-12. In long range you need 7 shots to kill someone, while with the AK-12 you need 6. The difference is not that big as it used to be in Battlefield 3, that's why I love this gun so much. It's really accurate, the RPM is at 700, which is an average RPM. It's not on the low side and it's not on the high side. So you can basically snipe someone because it's really accurate and has some decent RPM, and you can actually spray and pray a little bit. Except if someone has a shotgun or a really high RPM PDW or an ACWR. But I don't think that there is a single guy out there saying, hey, I'm gonna start using the ACWR over the AK-5. You must be really retarded to do that, except if you're gonna be really rushy with a suppressor or something like that, but I don't think the suppressor is available on the beta. The recoil of the AK-5c is pretty decent too, only at 0.58, compared with the AK-12 which is 0.7. The reload time is, oh my god, is so low, 1.8 seconds when you have a bullet in the chamber, and only 2.3 seconds when it's totally empty, while the AK-12 has around 3 seconds when the gun is empty. So that alone is a pretty huge game changer in my opinion. The AK-5c is gonna be, except if DICE nerfs it like really hard, the AK-5c, guys, is gonna be the new M16 in my opinion. I don't know what the other guns are gonna be like, but I feel the AK-5c is gonna be an absolutely fucking amazing gun. Compared to the DMRs, I don't think you can actually compare them, but I'm not gonna compare them because we don't have a big variety of guns. So I'm gonna compare it with the RFB and the MK11, which basically are DMR's single shot assault rifles. The damage is not comparable because the DMRs have 43 to 30 damage, while the AK-5c and the ACWR have 25 to 15.5. That means you can down someone pretty fast at the 10-meter range with 4 shots, and in really long range, in up to 70 meters, which is really long range, you will need 7 shots, while with the DMRs you will only need 4. But aside from that, the DMRs have a lot of recoil compared to the AK-5, they have less bullets, and you can't actually go running a gun with an RFB or the MK11. Aside from the SCAR rates, who has also high damage, 34 damage to 25, which is basically 3 to 4 bullets even in really long ranges. I would prefer the SCAR rates compared to the RFB even for long ranges. Even though the RPM is pretty low at 620 RPM, I really love the SCAR rates. I used to love it in Battlefield 3 and I love it in other FPS games too, so I would prefer the SCAR rates over using the RFB or the MK11. So basically these are two uncomparable categories, because either you're gonna go long range high damage with the SCAR rates and not even think about the RFB and the MK11, or you're gonna go for a medium, pretty decent assault rifle or carbine as the AK-5c or the AK-12. I have seen some people running around with the PDWs, but they're not so effective. They have really high RPM, 830 RPM for the MX4, and it's pretty inaccurate long range, and you need fucking gazillion shots to kill someone with long range because the damage drops over to 12, which is ridiculous. Like, I mean, even if it's really long range, even with a 9mm gun, even if a bullet hits you across the fucking town, it will require less bullets to kill you. So I don't know why the PDW damage over long range is so low. But aside from all that, guys, the AK-5c I think is the gun to go right now in the beta. I use it with my recon class when I want to play recon, mainly in Conquest, where I want to have C4s, the tracking ball or the sensor ball, however you call that, and I want to have a decent gun with me. I don't want to have a bolt action or a gun that is going to be useless in really when like shit goes down. You will require a gun like the AK-5c. There literally right now there are no other options for the recon class if you want to play aggressively. You can run around with the RFB, so you will go for an AK-5c hands down. Now the reason that I'm using the AK-5c with the assault class it's because the AK-12 has its downsides too. When I play aggressively and want to PTFO, I'm not gonna go for really long ranges, so it doesn't really matter if the long range damage is either 15.5 or 17.6. It really doesn't matter. That what matters is actually the accuracy and the RPM and the recoil of the gun, and that's why I wanna use the AK-5c without a recoil compensator, because it really fucks up the accuracy. And I think the recoil compensator is gonna be the same thing as the foregrip was, even though it's more logical than the foregrip fucking up the accuracy in Battlefield 3. But the recoil compensator is gonna be this attachment that everybody would say, don't use that, man, use a heavy barrel, use whatever the fuck you want, don't use the recoil compensator. So I think this is pretty much for me, guys. I think from all the beta weapons, the AK-5c stands out as the best in my opinion. I would give it right now, except if they nerf it, so this is a beta review again. I would give it 10 out of 10. I fucking love this gun, it's absolutely amazing. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Remember to leave a like if you did, and as always, stay bows. I'm out.